Hi and welcome back for another video. In this video, I am doing a camera review for Lenovo K6 Power. You can also call it as camera tutorial. It depends as to what you are going to call. I am going to cover every aspect of the camera of Lenovo K6 Power. In fact, you are going to see a lot of photo samples taken from this smartphone camera in the video. So that is what you are going to see, and now you are also going to see every option available in the smartphone's camera, and you are also going to get to see some photographs. So the rear camera on the Lenovo K6 Power is 13 megapixel, comes with an autofocus facility, and then it takes a full HD video. And the same is the case with the front camera. The front camera, I think it's 8 megapixel, comes with a fixed focus, so it does not have autofocus. And the other thing is that it also shoots in full HD, and we have various setting options available here. Well, let us see them one by one. So the first option that I'm going to talk about is on the top left of the smartphone, and this option is camera switcher. Whenever you press on that feature, it enables you to toggle between the front camera and the rear camera. Currently the rear camera is on and I don't feel the need to switch to the front camera, so I am telling you the purpose that it is used, and it is used to switch the camera. So now the next option you have, it is just near the camera switcher. It is smart composition. What it exactly does is that it determines the best light settings for you. So in every camera there are settings where it allows you to choose what kind of light you are using. Either you are in the night, either you are in the day, you are using incandescent bulb, or you are using tungsten bulb. All you can determine that in the camera settings, but all the cameras allow you to let it happen automatically. It allows you to allow the camera to choose it automatically, and here the settings have been provided on the smartphone screen itself, and it's called yes composition. As soon as I turn off the light that I am using, you'll be able to see that it changes the light settings. And right now I am not going to do that because I may have to set up the lights once again, which will be a lot of time consuming. So I'm just telling you, you can turn it off too. If you turn it off, then it allows you to use manually, and if you allow smart composition, it changes frequently. Now one annoying part of this is that even if you move an object while filming with the smartphone, the light setting changes. If you bring in a dark object, the light setting changes. If you bring a light object when you are shooting a dark object, the light setting changes. That is the main drawback. So it also lets you see if you are in low light or ultra low light. When I was filming the video camera sample on in extreme low light condition, it was showing that I am in ultra low light situation. So it tells you what is the environment, what is the light setup. So now let's move to the second thing, and that second thing is also on the left corner of the smartphone, and it is in the middle, and it is the flash setting of the smartphone. With by handling this, you can enable and disable the flash. Right now it's in the auto mode. If you hit it, it will become force mode, and if you hit it once again, you'll cancel the flash. So now whenever you take a photograph, the photo will not be using flash. Now with auto mode, if a flash is required, it will use the flash. If the flash is not required, it will not use the flash. And in forced mode, no matter what the lighting condition is, the flash will be used. So these are the options that were available on the left side. Now let us look at the third option, and this is as obvious is the settings option. We are going to see this now one by one, and all the setting options that I believe are really good, and they are really simple. So now the very first thing, the very first option you are greeted with is of the photo. Of course it's a camera, and cameras are meant for photo. For video actually they are neglect all the settings. So here you can see that, like I have said, it has smart composition as the very first feature for you to select. Now like I have said, you can turn it on or you can turn it off. Now if you open it, you can see that they have provided you both options, which you can do outside also. Now let's skip the smart draft tutorial. I don't need it because actually I'm giving you it right now. So next thing is aspect ratio. Keep it 16:19, and that will means that you are using a full screen. Then you have a photo resolutions. The maximum the better. It allows you to print on large it allows you to print large photocopies. Usually photo studios refuse to print the photos taken from the smartphone on large papers. On small papers they print, on 4 to 6 inch papers they print, but when it comes to printing on large papers they refuse because the it gets a lot of pixelated, and they do not that destroys the complete photograph. So here having a maximum resolution means that you can take print on higher size, larger sizes. Then you have snap mode. What this snap mode does is that when you are taking a photograph, say you just want to touch the screen and take the photo, enable that. And if you want to enable a timer, and then just do it, enable the timer, and whenever you hit the shutter button, it will start the timer, and after the end of timer the photograph will be taken. And the photograph will also be taken on based on the smile of the subject. The subject in front of you will smile. As soon as he smiles, a photograph is taken, and you can enable by using this. Then there is the option of white balance. So what you do with the white balance is that you just set up what I have said in smart composition, different lights options. These are different lights options. If you are using incandescent bulb, enable incandescent, or leave it for smart composition to figure it out by itself and then use it. I would leave it in on auto mode. Then you have an ISO mode. So what you can do with the ISO is that you can select different kinds of ISO settings. A good photographer is one who can handle ISO perfectly. Shooting on auto ISO mode is not really that interesting, but shooting on ISO manual is the thing that you should carry on. That is one thing. And most of the time in daylight situations you use 400 ISO, and if you go with for 16 ISO, that's at night, and most of the time these photos are noisy and are not recommended, but it is you can go with the 1600 ISO. You can also go with the 800 ISO. These are required in low light conditions. Some noise will be there, but still it is the photograph is good at night. The other thing that you are seeing here is a metering method. You can meter the way the camera can align itself. So here that is there. So these are all the options that are available for photo settings. Then for video settings we have only the ability to select the quality. You can select either full HD, we can select either HD or standard resolution. There is not much available here. Now we have another option. It is general setting option. On the this side, the first option is volume button settings. What you do here is that you assign the volume button for a specific task. You can either ask it to capture when you press it, or you can ask it to zoom when you press it, or you can ask it to make sound when you press it. So this is what you can ask the volume buttons to do, and here it is automatically set to capture. So now when it is on and you want to take a photograph, if you press the volume button, then the photograph will be taken. And it's a good thing because pressing on the center might be a bit of problematic and inconvenient. So here you can use the power button if it required to take the photograph. Now you have a snapshot or sound option available next. So you can turn it on, you can turn it off. It depends upon what you desire, and I think it is better to turn it to keep it turned on. And if you are taking a secret photo, then you can turn it off. Then you have a location info option, and I think it is the most useless option. You do not need to sacrifice your privacy when you take a photograph, when you send it with WhatsApp. It's important that you hide your location. Don't keep it on all the time. So now you have the next option, and it is strobe options, and the strobe options are off here. With what you do with the strobe option is that you select the hertz of the light, and if you know what hertz you are using, then you use it, otherwise leave it for auto. And then we have the last option there only, and that is to reset the camera settings. So what you do is that you can, when say you are screwed up and the camera is not behaving properly, you have mismanaged the settings, then you can reset all the camera settings to bring them back to the default settings. That way you can correct the mistakes you did with the setup of the settings. Now this is not the end here. We have a lot of the options. So what are other options we have? Well, we have a toggle between photo and video. If you press this button here, you will now switch to video mode, and if you press this red button, you will start video recording the video. And then that is for the stability. Then this is for the flash. If you turn it on, the flash will be get on while taking a video, and if you turn it off, the flash will not be available for video. And of course you can switch the cameras with this option. Now let us go back for photography section and then see the other options here. It is on the lower right side, and here you have 6 different options available. You have one option, that's pro option, available to you. In pro options, what do we have? We have manual control. This allows you manual control. You can adjust brightness, you can adjust auto, ISO, you can adjust every other thing, lights auto. Then there are metering, white balance, and everything else. It becomes like it becomes like a DSLR. So that's what it becomes. You actually now get to select the settings by yourself, and for every photograph you can do that. Now you can set all this in the settings that I have shown you previously, but that is not going to be available for you for every photograph. You can't toggle the ISO for every photograph or change for every photograph, but here you have it on the left side here. And if the need be, you can use that to change the ISO for every photograph. That is the advantage over here. You can change the brightness, you can change metering, you can change white balance, and all that. So now like you have seen, this is the option settings available for you. And now let us go and see some other options. And those options, one option among them is Panorama. So you know what Panorama is. Then you have art nightscape option, and then you have artistic HDR. I don't think I need I need to use any of these. They're hardly useful, but still let us see what is there in artistic HDR. So you have 4 different options available here. One option is of portrait, another option is of automobile, another option is of still life, and another option is of city. So first let's go to the automobile and let us see if there is any difference. No, actually it does not make any difference, because in the background I have a flower which is very close, and that's why the photos are not coming that clear. But anyways, let's go back and see the remaining option. We have a fast motion option. So if you enable that, of course, if there is any fast moving photos, especially the sports photography, is going to get convenient with the fast motion option. Then you have slow motion option. They have shown it by tortoise. Let's see what so what it does is that you capture a slow motion video with the slow motion option. So that's there. Actually it allows you to, it enables you to take the photograph. So this was my camera review of the our camera tutorial of the Lenovo K6 Power. Right now the video has not ended here. Right now, after this, you are going to see a lot of photo sample, and the very first photo samples that you are going to see would be the photographs taken at night condition with only flash. So that is going to be shown to you first, and then the light will be used to photograph, and then the photographs will be taken in daylight conditions, and all those photographs will be shown to you, so that you can see the quality for yourself. And the photographs are currently playing, and you can see that. These photographs are of the are the photographs that were taken in low light conditions. Only flash were used here. Now if I talk about the clarity, I can say one thing. The clarity is good, the quality is good. If you are when you are using flash, then the quality completely stands out, every single detail get captured. But when you are not using the flash and you are relying on the natural light, or artificial light for that reason, then I have noticed that the detail is not there. So in small petals, you can see that when you zoom, it spreads out, and the clarity is not much high in that case. But but in good light conditions, the clarity is available, like golden hour in the morning, the clarity is available. But in case of in case you are using a tube light or incandescent bulb or any other natural artificial light in your room, then the photo might not turn out with the detail. So that is going to be a problem. So here everything is fine and natural. Now what we have to do is that we have to end the video, and the video will end after all the photographs have played themselves. So this is it, guys. Watch the photographs and we will meet in the next video. Thank you very much.